Yeah, I started recording also. Yeah, first of all, I welcome you all for this AWS Solutions Architect Training Program. Yeah, I'll just recap before other members do join to the meeting. So in our last week, I think today there is one more new, I think Rubina Khan has appeared. Yes, Rubina, welcome to this group. I hope you can hear my voice.
Yes, sir.
Okay, perfect. Yeah, see, we have already covered about 9 classes, I think 8 to 9 classes earlier. The recordings are already there. I will share all the things. I think I have already shared to you the recordings which is there in the share drive. Yes. See, like in our last class, what happened? I just recap whatever I have spoken. Yeah, we were doing the database module actually, the database domain. So in our database domain, yes, we were going through one of the important service. See, for writing the exam, everything is important. So we have gone through the DynamoDB, okay, the importance of DynamoDB and some important topics, especially single digit latency. I mentioned that. Yeah, and also it is a very fast. I mean, like what we can define is that yes, it is a NoSQL database, okay, which is a serverless and a schemaless also, schemaless, fully completely managed by AWS, okay. And again, I spoke about that. It is a key value based database, okay. So we have a primary key basically, which is the primary key needs to be created, and then yes, we have gone through the demonstration also, and then yes, it operates mostly on SSDs only. It doesn't operate on normal this thing, because we need to get a very ultra high performance in DynamoDB. Also, we spoke about this the terminology of this DynamoDB, which is ACID. So, which is also called as your atomicity, consistency, isolation, and durability. Okay, that is again a very I mean, terminology oriented. So, please understand this one, ACID. So we also did a small lab also on this DynamoDB, and we also understood about, mostly important is that the billing, how the billing is done, the capacity units. Okay, we understood about the capacity units, how this is being charged, especially. There are the read capacity units and write capacity units. In read, yes, we have 3 types of read capacity units, which is eventually consistent, strongly consistent, and I think the third one is transactional. So we spoke about that, right, up to 8 KB. One is considered as one RCU for eventually consistent. Please remember that chart also I have given you. In write, we have standard and transactional. Okay, the total RCUs are nothing but your read capacity units plus write capacity units. Please go through that. Very important. And then after that, we did a lab on DynamoDB. I shown you how this is being used, etc. And of course, we also spoke about another important thing after completion of this DynamoDB. This is Elastic Catch. Yeah, Elastic Catch. I hope you all are aware of what is Elastic Catch. Yeah. I also spoke about 2 types of catch, basically in memory, and that is again redis. So please do understand this one, the differences between elastic catch in 2 types in memory, elastic catch, and then the redis. Redis is a kind of replicas. You can add more and more replicas to manage. These are all consistent, that is persistent, and then the other one in memory is not persistent. So both ways you can increase the basic orientation of elastic catch is your performance. So we spoke about that. Yeah, any quick questions from anyone, please do ask me. That is elastic catch. And last but not the least, we also spoke about a little about Redshift. Redshift, it may not be very important, but just to understand, it is a kind of a huge data lakes very high complex data which is used. We use that for Redshift. But yes, Aurora is most important for us. We outlined about that. I'll also share some important things about Aurora at a later stage also. Yeah, any other questions from any members? Please do let me know. Otherwise, we will focus for today's topic. Again, we will switch back to a compute domain, that is auto scaling and load balancing. Very important topics. Yeah, any questions from anyone? Please report. Otherwise, please mention everything okay. I hope you had a wonderful weekend with all good practicing of all the things. Yes, please. Respond.
Nothing from my side.
Shashank, nothing? Or even nothing?
Okay, sir.
Nothing, sir.
Nothing. Everything good? Okay.
Nothing, sir.
Yeah, Sharmila also. I think you are now gone through all the topics, Sharmila and Jiva, yes, both of you, where you were absent for a couple of days. Okay, so if there are any specific questions also, please do let me know. So today, let me start with what we call is one of the important topic. Very important. I tell you why. Just a second, please. Okay, I'll speak later. Yeah, I'll just share my desktop. Like that. Yeah, can you see my shared desktop?
Yeah.
Okay, that's nice. So just to listen, this is a AWS Auto Scaling. Again, I tell you, this is a part of your compute domain and one of the important feature. So today, if you ask me why I should move to the cloud, it's not just to deploy the servers, okay, just to deploy the Linux server or Windows server. Yes, that is also one of the important thing. But there are many add-on features which you are getting free of cost. Just a second. This is add-on services which you get free of cost. Okay, only you pay for the infrastructure what you are really using for. So that is one of the reason why people often go towards this type of cloud domains. So what really you learn in this auto scaling? Let me just maximize my this slideshow. Yeah, this is AWS Auto Scaling. So auto scaling means automatic scaling. So please remember, like I'll just show you why auto scaling. You see this one. This is a normal behavior. The users uses the application. You see this one. The application is consistent, and also users also are consistent. But what happens? What happens if there are more users? If there are more users to the application which they are accessing, what happens is that the application starts feeling, burning. Burning means is that the users may feel that the application is not available. Okay, please ask questions as needed if you don't understand or if you want to interrupt anything. You can see very clearly that more the users, the application starts burning, and then the users may face non-availability of the application. Many things you can see that the transaction failures or 404 errors, etc., etc. It can be any type of thing. So this really affects the performance and also availability for the end users. So what is the solution for that? So solution is that you increase the more systems, so that what happens earlier, lesser the users, okay, the number of users is proportional, like this, proportional to the application infrastructure, application along with the application infrastructure. Now more users, the application also should go ahead, the application, the load behind the application should also move. I mean, there should be more instances also which should handle the application. Then what happens? Then what happens? All the users will gain. So the best examples you can feel that, see, whenever your results are coming out, it can be your as simple as your engineering results or your 10th class SSC, or maybe like your plus 2 CET exams results coming on that day. Immediately everyone across the India for access the servers. So what happens? Everyone till 1 hour suspense will be there. 1 hour, 2 hours, 4 hours. They don't get the server at all. Server unavailable. Very anxiousness. It comes like that, like that. Slowly, when the load comes down, then only they can access the server. Sometimes the server goes for a reboot also. It gets for a hang. So the only solution, like even your IRCTC, Tatkal timings, all these things are the best examples which you might have faced earlier. So what is the solution? So more users, more the business, more the benefit. In real time, what we should do is that the instances, the power of the instances should increase for handling the application. This is called as auto scaling. When more instances are coming, what happens is that across the users, whatever is the traffic is being routed and being shared across all the instances to the application and enhances the availability of the application by the users. This is most important in auto scaling, so that the server is available to the users. Okay. So now if I tell you what is auto scaling means, is also called as automatic scaling. Okay, auto scaling, automatic scaling is a method used in cloud computing whereby the amount of computational resources in a server farm typically measured in the terms of active servers. The more the servers, the more the servers, the more the transactions can be handled. Okay, so scales automatically based on the load of the farm. If by chance, if the load decreases, what should happen? The instances also should come down. You can see this one. When the load decreases, I mean more users, more instances. Okay, it can start 1 instance, 2 instance, 10 instance, 15 instance, like that. It can shoot up because on the CPU load or network in load or whatever it is. We will do that exercise today. But when load comes down, similarly the instance also should come down. So what you pay effectively is the only instances. How many number of instances you have? That much amount of load only you pay. That much amount of only you pay. So what happens is that finally the outcome of auto scaling is availability. So users will get better availability. That is why we use this automatic scaling a lot. Okay, so first thing we will learn about auto scaling, then we will learn about load balancer at a later stage. Okay, so everyone ready? Any questions about this auto scaling?
I have one question, sir.
Yes, Shashank.
So, means as you said that when the loads get increased and then the instance get increased automatically. That's correct. But is there any like a limit or any configuration which we need to know? Because any means we should be taken any idea about the how much can handle by the system and
That is the
how
thing which
much.
we are going to learn now.
Yeah, that's
We will learn now. See, the concept we have learned till now, only the concept. So how we are going to do all these things? We are going to do. Naturally, there should be definitions also of how it should load should increase. It should not come just like that,
yes. Yes. Okay.
right? Okay, we will do that. We will do that. Yeah, any other questions in understanding about? So the need of auto scaling, you got it right? The need of auto scaling, why we should have auto scaling. And later on, in conjunction, in combination of auto scaling, we are also going to learn about this load balancer. Please remember, we are also going to learn about this load balancer. So that also will be followed. So auto scaling completely doesn't really solve your purpose. So along with load balancer, yes, you will definitely see that. You will definitely see that the load is perfectly answered by the application. I mean the users, any transactions or any interactions which is coming is perfectly answered by the to the users, end users at appropriate time. Okay, so now let us open our what we call as our environment. If you are using a free tier, go to free tier. Otherwise, if you are going to use a sandbox, please open your sandbox. So anything is okay for me. If you are going to use a free tier, yes, you can use the free tier. Otherwise, sandbox environment, anything. So in our sandbox, yes, I am powering on the start lab. Okay, so it will take a minute's time for us to get the lab ready. Minute or 2 minutes time approximately. So what we are going to do in our lab is that, yes, in our lab today is that auto scaling. Auto scaling. So we are going to create instances using auto scaling template. Okay, again I tell you, we are going to create our what we call as instances using auto scaling template. Okay, so and also in the first step we are going to understand about the template. Okay, how to create a configuration template. And in the second stage, we are going to what we call is launch using that template which you have created. Okay, that is the launch configuration. Okay, so we call as launch configuration. We're using the launch configuration. We create the auto scaling group. So once the auto scaling is triggered, the instances will be powered on. So maybe initially we may say that in auto scaling group, we will also define the criteria, the policy, whatever you say. Like when my CPU is continuously being loaded for 80% or 70% for more than 5 minutes, then another instance should be triggered. That is the criteria which I want to define. So that is called as the second part. So then once it is triggered, one system will be triggered. So then the third part, which is that we manually create some load, thinking that the application is driven. So automatically, when the load is high, what happens is that it should automatically scale up to another instance. And you can see from the instance dashboard that the second or third or fourth instance should be created automatically. So there are 3 steps for us to do in this auto scaling. So ready everyone?
Yes,
so
sir.
I have started my lab. So if you are using Sandbox, start the lab. If you are using FreeTire, just to start and go to EC2. So the first step is create launch configuration. Second, create auto scaling group. Third, verify or maybe verify auto scaling. I will not say or, verify auto scaling by increasing the load. These are the 3 steps which we are going to do now. Yeah, anyone, any questions? Please do ask me now. So my what we call as lab is ready. I just trigger AWS. So this is Vocarum Labs. Yes. So I go to EC2. So I hope everyone is there in the EC2 dashboard. If there is someone who wants me to wait, please let me know. And yes, I will also share the video recordings of all these things. One more important thing which I want to tell you, rather than uploading into what we call as Google Drive, what I did is that I have uploaded into YouTube channel also. I just want to show you, but that I have not made it public, all those things. So this is the playlist, okay. AWS Solutions Architect class recordings. Okay, I'll just share you the video link. Okay, video link. Copy this link. So you see from day 1 onwards, everything is there. Day 2, day 3, day 4, day 5, day 6, day 7, day 8, day 9. That is last one on 5th August. Okay, so you can see all the recordings are available here. This is for your individuality. So I not made it public. This one is unlisted. Whoever is having the URL can only access. Okay, I'll just share this URL in the chat box. I don't know how.
So please share in WhatsApp group as well, because we
Yeah.
can.
What I'll do is that, see, I'll just share in this what we call as someone, can you share this in the WhatsApp group? One of you can. So I think couple of members can see this link, right? Whoever, just put it in the WhatsApp group, in our group.
think Vinay must be able to see the group chat.
I
Vinay,
think
you said that.
2 or 3 members can see. 2 or 3 members can see. Whoever has accepted, they can see that link. So just post it in WhatsApp group. So here almost all the recordings are there, and you can just keep this URL handy. Just still no one has posted. Yeah, I think there is. Yeah, I think Vamshi has posted. Can one of you check and tell me whether you are able to access all the videos? This is the group. You should see all the videos, 1, 2, 3. Maybe you can access one of them. Maybe day 9 or day 8, whatever it is, and just confirm.
Yeah, able to access it.
Yeah, it's accessible.
Accessible, that's nice. So all the class recordings of 1 to 9 are available here, you can see. It may be slow, but whoever wants to go through, see, I have given a short description also. This video discusses about AWS database, Dynamodb sample demonstration and capacity calculation, AWS Elastic. So small description also I have given you for your information. For your information. Yeah, you can go up to HD version also, 1080. Right? So I'm just closing this particular one. All right. So I'm already in the dashboard of EC2. Everyone ready? Is there anyone who wants me to wait? Okay. Okay. So yeah. So for the members who are there already in the EC2 dashboard, you should see that the instances are not running, key pairs are there. Okay, there is one key pair which I mentioned you on the very first day. So what you need to do? What you need to do? Very straightforward. So scroll, see the navigation pane here. EC2 dashboard, instances, images, Elastic Block Store, network and security, load balancing, auto scaling. So at the bottom, you see this one, launch configuration and auto scaling. So that is what which I mean to say. So first is that you need to create launch configuration, and second part is that auto scaling group. So these two we will move further. So don't create any instances as of now. Don't create. We need to create instances using auto scaling. We cannot create instances and do auto scaling at all. We can't do that. So all the auto scaling, instances which are created are homogeneous, means that all the instances are having the same configuration. We cannot have different configuration in auto scaling. If you are launching T2 micro, T2 micro. If you are launching T3 micro, it will be T3 micro only for all the configuration. So first thing is that just click on this launch configuration. So in order to be learned about what is auto scaling, okay, now we are going to create a launch configuration, just to create a launch configuration. So you see this one in launch configuration. Here, the name of the configuration, you can say maybe Anand launch configuration. In my case, you can give your own this thing. Also, try to duplicate this particular one. So this is the one, I just duplicate, keep it aside, that particular one, EC2. So now the toughest challenge here, you need to choose the AMI. There are hundreds of AMIs which will be coming here, marketplace, everything will come, hundreds and thousands of AMIs will come. So which one to choose? Very tough here, very tough, okay. So what I will do here, in order to choose from the marketplace, these are my AMIs, means private AMIs, that is very easy, marketplace AMIs and community AMIs, all the things will be there. Rather than that, what I want to do is that I'll just let you know how you can, which AMI you want to. I want to create a simple Amazon Linux instance. Simple Amazon Linux instance. So what I do, I open this particular one and copy the AMI ID. This is the AMI ID. You see this one? This particular one. AMI-09, not this one. This is 64-bit ARM processor. This one 64-bit x86. Just copy this one into your dashboard. This is the first one. I want to create launch configuration for this AMI. This one. Okay. If you want Windows, okay, you can scroll down. Maybe what you can say, Red Hat means this is the one, Red Hat HVM, Windows, everything. This is called as the AMI ID. Okay. Just go back. I don't require anything now. All right. Go back here and just paste the AMI ID. Immediately it will come. Immediately it will come. The selected AMI will come. Perfect. So you can see this one. Amazon AMI should be Amazon AMI kernel 5.1 HVM so and so so and so. The same thing is here also. Same thing is here also. Everyone did this particular one. This is one of the things which you need to understand. Again, I repeat, name. We have gone to the dashboard navigation pane, create a launch configuration. You have this menu. Name is Anand LC. Amazon machine image is your AMI, the long name. Instance type, you know very well. Choose the instance type, you will get a dashboard. See all the 7 steps which you have. Okay, all the things will be asked. This is called as the launch configuration. Scroll down, I want T2 micro. Scroll down till I get my T2 micro. Otherwise, I can write it here. If I am not very much fond, I can say T2 dot micro. If you are using sandbox, you can use T2 micro or T3 micro. Nothing, no problem. T2 micro, T2 medium, all this T2 you can use. But this is okay. T2 micro is okay for me. But if you are using free tier, using only T2 micro. Use only T2 micro. Just say choose. So all the 7 steps. So I have chosen AMI, I have chosen instance type. Okay, perfectly. So this one, leave it as it is. Don't request any Spot instances. IAM instance profile also don't do anything. Monitoring also don't do anything. EBS optimized instance not do anything. So okay, storage is 8 GB. Leave it as it is. It's okay for me. 8 GB. If you want, you can increase up to 30 GB. No problem. Free tier gets up to 30 GB. Scroll down. Security group, create a new security group. You can leave as it is. If you want, you can add port number 22. Port number 22 is already by default. If you want, you can add even what we call as HTTP also. Okay, I'm just adding HTTP, even though I don't require, but still I'm adding. If you want, I have added. Key pair, choose the key pair. Here I can choose my work key. In your case, you have created, if you are created in free tier, the key and say I acknowledge. Again, I repeat the options from the beginning. Okay, so you see Anand LC, Amazon AMI, okay, T2 micro, choose instance type, leave this as it is in advanced details. Okay, 8 GB is okay for me. Security groups, create a security group, auto scaling the name. If you want to change the name, you can, but still leave it as it is. SSH and HTTP is fantastic for me. These two are okay for me. Choose a key pair, just choose and acknowledge and say create launch configuration. Done, everyone? So if everything is okay, you should see your launch configuration is ready. Successfully created. Just acknowledge everyone. Done?
Yeah, it's done.
Okay, Raven, done?
Yes, sir, it's done.
Done, sir.
Okay.
Yeah, it's done.
Done, sir.
Sai Krishna, yes. Vamshi, yes.
Done, sir.
Okay, Sharmila, yes. Satvika, I didn't get answer from you.
Yeah, done, sir.
Okay, Jiva, yes. Okay, so let me move ahead to the second step. So I have created the launch configuration. Now this is very, very important one, the second one, which is auto scaling group. See this one, auto scaling group. So once this is done, just remember this one. This is my name which I have created. I write it down here. Is Anand LC, the launch configuration. This is so whatever the scaling, the instances which I create, this is the configuration. A Linux server with 8 GB, 8 GB of hard disk and 1 GB of RAM and all this configuration which I have defined with port number 22, port 80 opens. That is the instance configuration which will be created. That is what it is. Now click this auto scaling group. So I have created this launch configuration. Now I create this auto scaling group. This is the second process. Helps maintain the availability of your. See, for this particular one, you need to have one launch configuration, at least one launch configuration. If not, you cannot do this one. Okay, so I have created the launch configuration. Now I create this auto scaling group. So the name of the auto scaling group, I can give anything. Here also you see this, there are 7 steps which are there. So I give a name, maybe Anand AS, something like that I give. And I note down also here. Okay, the launch template which I have already created, just select that. No launch template is being shown here. So what you do, just say switch to launch configuration. Just say that. Okay, now you refresh, you should be able to see. Did everyone get? Just say switch to launch template and just say pull down or refresh, you should be able to see the configuration which you have created. The AMI ID, on the LC, security group, T2 micro, work key, which you have created. You done, everyone? First step. If you didn't see, let me know.
Just
okay.
in place of name, we can do provide anything, right?
In place of name, you can give anything.
Anything.
Just remember what you have noted down in your notebook. Right. So we have done the first step. Second step, which is there. So all these steps are very, very important. So the network VPC, we don't have any VPC till now, so leave that as it is. And also subnets also. Okay, what you need to do is that create a VPC, you select the default. In subnet, just select maybe 1, 2, 3, 4, anything. Minimum 2 should be selected. Because the instances, when it is launched, it will check the subnets. If it is not available, then it will go for a failure. So if you give multiple subnets, then anywhere it will launch. So minimum 2. Maximum, how many numbers you have, you can create. Okay, minimum 2 is required. So I have given 4. I have given 1A, 1B, 1C, 1D. In your case also, you can give whatever you want. In your case. But minimum 2 should be selected. Again, I repeat. So don't change any VPC. Leave as it is. In your availability zones, select minimum 2. Maximum, how many you want, you can. No problem. So this is the second step. So if you are comfortable, just say next. You are choosing the third step now. So as of now, it is asking, do you have a load balancer? No, I don't have any load balancer now. So leave it. Once I explain about the load balancer, you can attach to the load balancer. But today, I don't have any load balancer now. Just scroll down. Now the health check. So do you want to go for optional health checks? If you want, yes, you can. You can. Load balancer. I don't have any load balancer, so leave it. Leave it. I don't have anything. So once if you have this particular one, you can reduce the health checks also. Maybe 180 is 3 minutes. Otherwise, if you want for 5 minutes, you want to wait, you can wait. Anything, anytime. So this is the health checks. I have reduced to 180. It's up to you. This is the third step, and it is optional also. No load balancer. If you say attach to a new load balancer or attach to an existing load balancer, you have to provide the name. So till now, I don't have anything. Health check, I have reduced from 300 to 180. Scroll down. I don't have any CloudWatch metrics and don't enable that. Just say next. Now, this fourth one, even though this is optional, very, very important. So you see this one. So to start with your application, again, I show you this particular one. To start with, if you want to see how many systems you want to start with, 1, 2, how many? And maximum how many? Maximum how many, like this. You need to define minimum and maximum and the criteria. Okay, how do you do that? So minimum, I say maybe 1, that is okay. Maximum, I say 4. You can go up to any numbers, 15, 20 also. But for our exercise, 4 is enough. Minimum 1. If you say minimum, no, I want 2, you can start with 2 also. The desired means is that when the load approaches, okay, when the load approaches to the triggered criteria, then the desire, first it will trigger, it will change from 1 to 2, then to second instance will be created. Again, I repeat, When you say desired means it is basically system will think the criteria, it will see that once the criteria is matched, what happens? What happens is that the desired will trigger to 2 or 3, then second instance will be from the EC2, it will be changed. So that is how the desired capacity will be known to us.
That
So
means the
maximum,
desired capacity will automatically adjustable.
sorry?
That means that the desired capacity will automatically
Will automatically
adjustable.
see based on the load triggered what we call is the policy. When it matches, the desired will automatically change and then it will trigger the EC2 instance. So desired, we are not going to do anything, we are just going to see, that's all. This is the desired. So minimum, if you say 1, it will be 1. If you say minimum 2, then the desired also will be 2 only, right? So that is how it works.
The max can be dynamic as well, like we can change it in.
You have to define maximum.
Okay, I mean, based on the demand, we can have to go and
So if
we
you
can increase it later.
if you put maximum 15, up to 15 it will come. After 15 it won't.
No, once we configure this one, and then later on we think like we want to increase it further.
Yeah, you
we
can do
come
that.
back
You
and
can
increase it?
do that.
Okay.
You can change the profile.
Okay.
Means runtime we can make the changes. There is
Yeah. Suppose if you want 10, you can make it 10 after 4. Okay, you can increase that. Only you pay for the number of instances, how much you have used. That's all. Okay. So these things are dynamically changeable.
Capacity 1, as in like whenever the load increases, first it will just create an extra instance, right? Only one instance.
Only one instance. The application will start with one instance.
Every time instance is added and further load is increased, only one instance will be created up to 4.
If 2 instances are running, okay, if 2 instances are loaded, then it will go to 3, then it will go to 4, like that.
One instance at a time.
One instance at a time. Yes, absolutely. Okay, right. It has to wait also, but then we need to define the policy also. Please, that is very important now. So based on the policy only, then only the trigger happens. It's not that it happens automatically, no. So what is the policy? So here it is none, but I am defining the policy now. So the policy is target tracking policy. So I am using this average CPU utilization. That's okay for me. Maybe the target value in real time we use it something like 80, but here it is a test environment. I am using maybe 40. Target value 40. I mean that the CPU, if it is loaded for more than 40, sorry, if it is loaded for 40% for a period of I'll say maybe 120 seconds, okay, I'll say like this, 120 seconds, then 120 seconds means it is 2 minutes or 180 seconds, whatever it is, okay, then you trigger the second one. Maybe I'll say 180, that is better actually. In real time what we use, this is 80 and this is 300, something like that. Some people use 180 also. Is this clear, this particular one? You still have many other things also. Network in, network out, okay, from the load balancer request for target, something like that. But here I am showing you average CPU utilization, the target tracking policy. So how does the instances grow? Once the CPU is loaded for 40% for more than 180 seconds, then the second one, the desire will come up, okay, saying that no, the load is there for more than 3 minutes, okay, here the defined one. So the desire will change instantaneously, the instance also will be triggered. We will verify that. So this is yeah.
In the instance launch option, we did give 120 seconds, right? So this timing and this declaration of seconds and that wouldn't
That
that
is
be
only health check. That is only health check. This is for the load check.
load check? Okay.
Load. You are increasing the third part which we are going to learn is the load, right? Here.
Okay.
By increasing the load. So after increasing the load, that is the time.
Okay.
Okay. That is only instance getting warmed up and coming into usage. That is the health check.
Then that means we can say like always the system is maintaining desired state equal to actual state.
Yes, absolutely. When the desire increases, that is the real time. So immediately you get more instances created. Okay, this is done by the system itself based on the target tracking policy. Okay, say next. So this is again the fifth part, add notifications. See, if you want notifications to be sent to your mobile phone or your email or your what we call as to your website or something, then you can create this SNS topics. We will discuss this later. For everything, this SNS will be there, notifications. Just say next. Add tags. If you want, you can add tags. Okay, it's only for your naming. Here we have only one. If you want, you can add name, auto scaling. Okay, you can do that. Name. Maybe value, you can say auto scaling, auto scaling. For instance, auto scaling. Okay, I just write that, whatever I want, and say next. So now this is the last part, review. So in the first part we have given Anand LC is my launch configuration. In the second step I have given my what we call as the VPC is the normal one only, and one A minimum 2 needs to be given. That is 4 I have given. Load balancing no. Health check is EC2 180 seconds. Yes, I have given. Additional configuration nothing. Group size, like you can see, desired 1, minimum 1, maximum 1. Target tracking policy 40% only I have given. 40%. So instance 180 seconds is the measure time which I have given, and the same thing, notifications no. If you want you can, and your tags also I have given. Create auto scale. See here again I go back to your instances dashboard. I didn't do anything here. You see this one, there are no instances found. There are no instances found. You see here. Okay. So even if you close this one also, there are no instances found. So what I do here, now I create this auto scaling group. If everyone is ready, yes, I create this one. I cannot go back again. So instance create auto scaling group. Yeah, start. So once it is started, you can see this one. If there are no errors, then you should see that this auto scaling reads all the configuration and instantaneously it will show you from the dashboard. You can see here. This is the one, updating the capacity. So the desire has changed from 0 to 1. So now what happens is that this 1 will be triggered to 1 instance. 1 will trigger to 1 instance. You see this one after 1 or 2 seconds, you can see this one 1. So what is this 1 instance? You can see here, this 1 instance has come across. Yes, this is your auto scaling instance. T2.micro, which has triggered already. See this one? Max is 4, min is 1, desired is 1, and the instance count is 1. So everyone, you could see in your what we call as dashboard. EC2 dashboard, 1 instance should be run. If this is done, then the second part is done. Yeah, please let me know if everyone is done. Okay, Shashank is done. The second part. If you are seeing 1 instance, perfect.
Sir, I have a question.
Yes, Rubina.
Sir, if we have on-premises infrastructure,
No. This is only cloud, no on-premises.
right? Because we are having, we are using on-premises, and we are also going for cloud, and we are using auto scaling in that. Then that
Auto scaling will work only for the cloud resources. It will not interact with any on-premises resources.
in hybrid infrastructure, does it happen?
Sorry?
In hybrid infrastructure,
No, it won't work. It won't work. So for certain things only we can use, I mean like your data sharing or data copying or maybe data mounting, those things only you can use. So, but otherwise it won't. Auto scaling entirely is for cloud infrastructure. Is this clear, Rubina? Only for the cloud. And Amazon doesn't transfer your AMIs to your local system also. First thing, make it very clear. Amazon never allows you to mount or to use or the AMIs which are there in the public or private or even community or even from the marketplace to be downloaded to your system or to be interacted to your system also. It is there. It can work very good in Amazon cloud premises. I mean cloud infrastructure only. I hope everyone is clear. The AMIs especially, it is too, I mean, specific. Can AMIs be downloaded into your local address? No. Whether it is private or public or community or marketplace, no. Strictly no. Amazon doesn't allow that. You can host only in AWS infrastructure premises. So now, yes, this is done. This is the first part is done. So you can connect to your instance, Amazon Linux instance, using putty or even using just say connect. So I just connect to this instance. So after 3 or 4 minutes, you can start connecting.
You are connecting from EC2 console, right?
Right. I told you 2 methods, right? So it's not even establishing connection now. So if you are doing from the sandbox environment, you can download the keys first. This is your keys, download PPK. I downloaded, run this putty, run slab user 18. So I can say 30 and say SSH auth browse downloads and say what is the IP address. Failed to connect to your instance. I don't know why. It's okay. I'm just connecting from EC2. If by chance port number 22 is not open, here also it's not connecting. So what I do, if it is not connecting, okay, go back to your instances and verify port 22 is open or not.
Not open. I think we didn't configure.
Security, right? So let me check the security group, auto scaling security group. Even though we mentioned, but it's not getting updated. So there is no port number 22, only HTTP is there. Okay, edit inbound rules, add rule. So I say SSH, I'll say anywhere and say maybe save rules. Now I think I should be able to connect even from this one also. Let me try. Yeah, I am able to. Even from this putty also, let me show you for all of you. Both ways you can connect.
You should do both for TCP also. You should do anywhere, connect anywhere, right? So
Yeah. EC2 hyphen user. Yeah, I am able to connect. So if everyone is ready, then we can go to the third step, verifying auto scale. You can choose any of this method, this one or this one. I want only the terminal.
you have not made any changes. Just
For
can you
me,
go back
the
to security again, sir? I have enabled 8080. Okay.
Both ways you should be able to connect.
so In inbound rules, HTTP is already enabled for me, but I did get the error what you have got.
No, you are able to log in.
No, I got the same error which you have
Just
received.
edit the security group. Just edit the security group. Go to security, add port number 22.
Okay.
Security, see this particular one, security group, click that, edit inbound rules. You should be familiar by this time now. Add rule,
Yes, yes.
and just say SSH 0000. You should be able to do. Got it, everyone? Dollar prompt. Try to practice very well, otherwise this type of difficulties will come.
Done, sir.
Yeah, got it.
Okay, that's fine. Okay, so now how to basically, so our target for the third one is just to see this one. I want to verify auto scaling. So how do I verify this auto scaling? So here you see this one. This is my one of my instance which has been triggered using this auto scaling policy. Okay, let me go towards this monitoring. Okay, let me go towards this monitoring. Just click this monitoring. Okay, see this monitoring tab. We learned about details, we learned about security, we will learn more networking later, storage also we have learned, and of course status checks on the very first day. I said 2 by 2 has health check passed. Okay, monitoring. Just see this, we are worried about CPU utilization because we have created a trigger based on CPU utilization. Just say enlarge, click the 3 dots, monitoring, select the instance first of all. In monitoring, just say 3 dots and say enlarge. You should see the first point coming across, the first point, blue point which has come. After every 5 minutes, by default the interval, the CPU instance, the usage will be collected. CPU instance metrics will be collected. So after every 5 minutes, you see this on the first point which has come here, which is 0.15%. But what is the trigger value which you have kept? What is the trigger value which you have kept?
40%.
40%. So what we should do now? We should increase the load. 40%, that too for a period of how much we need to have a period? 180 seconds.
3 minutes.
3 minutes. If the load is like that, then only you can see the second instance running. So how do I do that? So leave this one here. So here just follow me. I'll give a one command. Just use that command so that the load will be triggered. The load will be triggered. No need to be a Linux expert for this particular one. I'll explain about what that command is. Sudo, just say sudo su space hyphen. This is the first command. Sudo space su hyphen. This is the first command, so that you will see hash prompt. Okay. Sudo su space hyphen, so that you will see now hash prompt. Now what you do? dd if equal to /dev xvda1 off equal to /dev null and say ampersand. That means that dd disk dump, just understand this one. If means read all the disk contents of 8 GB disk. This is the script basically. Read all the entire disk, complete disk. 8 GB. And what you do? Off means what you do? Put it to null, means just read, put it to null, that's all. And do this one in background. Ampersand means background. Press enter. Press enter. So this is the command which again I repeat. So hash, just try to write down dd space if everything in small. Wherever gaps are there, I'll tell you. If equal to /dev xvda1 of spaces, there should be only total 2 spaces, 3 spaces in this particular one. Of equal to /dev null and say ampersand and press enter. You will get some ID. If you are getting ID, here in my case 4199, it is running, it is running, it is running. Like that. If you press up arrow, you'll get again the same. Press enter. Maybe 3 times, maybe 5 times, it's okay. 4 times, 5 times. Different IDs you should see. 4199, 4200, 4201, 4202, 4203, maybe like that. Just see this. So I'm trying to read as many times, create the load. But how to measure the load? How to measure the load? So is this tool understood? DD. So how to measure the load? So we can do like that, try like that, trigger 4 to 5 times using up arrow. Then once you have that hash, you can say top to see the current load. To see the current load, press stop. So now the load is, you can see the third line CPU. The third line, the CPU. The first line is top. The second line is tasks, total process which are there. You can see in this particular one, out of the CPU, 20% is for users, 21% for system, 0% for nice, 0% for the idle. This is what which you need to see. I mean that CPU is fully loaded. Let's see here, 0% idle means CPU is fully utilized. At 55% wait is also there. I mean that there are waiting instructions also. This is clear. If you are seeing 0, then your load is very high. What we need? 40% for the next 3 to 5 minutes. You can also see here in background. Just try to refresh. What is the CPU load currently? Every 5 minutes. Here after 5 minutes, you see this one, the CPU load has increased to 0.7. That's okay. Still, we need more than 40%. Then only you will see this desired coming from 1 to 2 and instances will be triggered to second one. Till then, that time, just wait. It is coming 1, 2, 3 processes are running. DD. Q for quit always. Q for quit. And then again, you can, if you want DD, you can run as many number of times you can run, no problem. And then again, say top. You should ensure that 0% idle is there. I mean that there should be some process which should be triggered. If that is the case, just wait. You are done. You are almost through. So the third part is we are verifying auto scaling by increasing the load. I have increased the load by using this command. Okay, top to to view the current CPU load statistics.
So there will be any latency creating another instance?
No. Your desired should tell you. It should change from 1 to 2.
Yeah, it's going to create at the background another instance, right? So if at all
Not
there
now.
is already...
Not now. Once the load is higher for about 3 minutes, then only the instance will come.
But it will create at the background. It's already created and it only attaches the instance.
No.
Or like it will start creating.
It will start creating.
Then there will be some latency.
3 minutes.
Okay.
3 minutes. You have to create and see the health checks and put it into production, right?
Yeah.
Like that. You have to wait. So you see the third point also has started. It has come to 18%, 19.4 is the current trigger which is there, but still we need to get 40%. So maybe I need to wait another 5 minutes till I get the load. So this is not sufficient for me.
But in my case, it's not increasing. I did 2 times this command.
Just refresh.
Okay. Still, it is 0.4%.
Have you increased the load?
Yeah, I did 2 times.
So if it has just started, then just wait. It will come. So are you watching the load also here, right? DD. Here it is coming to 0.
Yeah, it is coming.
Then it will come. Just wait. It will come. In between also you can come and then just run like this, maybe like this, couple of 3 times, 4 times, and then say top. There should be sufficient process from me in between. What I can see is that the CPU load is increasing. 18%. Still more it should come beyond 40%. Then only the instance will be triggered. That is how our target tracking policy is defined. I hope everyone understood. This is how real time we do in the production environment. We don't create the load. Load is created by the users. Here we are manually doing the load creation part.
And now it is moving 60%.
60%. So if it has moved to 60%, then you can see here in auto scaling, the thing will be increased now. Desired capacity. Just try to refresh. You should see desired capacity to 2.
Yeah, instance will be 2 and desired capacity is
it has already triggered. You can go to instance also. You can see second instance coming across.
In dashboard, yeah, we got 2 instances.
You got 2 instances. Your auto scaling is running. I need to wait for another 5 minutes because it is still only 19%. So anyone else who got this desired capacity?
Yeah, I got the.
Okay. And once your desired changes to 2, your instance count also will go to 2.
Yeah, I mean, right now we are creating the instances in T2 micro, but in case like we are creating it a very high-end system.
You specify the same thing, launch using the configuration. So in my case now, you see this one, it has come to 50. Yeah, by this time I should get this one. Let me refresh this one. Desired is 2, instance is also 2. So let me close this one and see whether really I have these 2 instances. Yeah, I can see 2 instances running. Yeah, it is initializing. So you can see availability zone. It has started in 1A. The earlier one is in 1C. So either a 1A, 1B, 1C or 1D, it should start. Yeah, you can continue your question.
Yeah, so what I was asking is like we are creating an instance in T2 micro, but if it's a very high-end system,
you use that.
But the time taken to create the other instance. So
see, in free tier, we have a limitation. What is that? See, in monitoring, we have only 5 minutes. Okay.
No, I'm telling about in.
I'll tell you. Monitoring. So here it is 5 minutes in free tier. But in production, in real time, you can adjust this one as low as even 10 seconds or 15 seconds also. the real-time monitoring. Okay. So that's why I didn't specify about that. So here only the monitoring can be done only in 5 minutes.
Okay.
If you have
And the second instance also, if at all it reaches the 40% criteria over there, then again the third one.
you will see the third one also coming across. See, already the load is high, even in the first one. In my case, you can see this particular one. Okay. Top, okay, you can see still it is there, right? Still it is there, the load is there still. So once if you start monitoring, it will even come up also. The third one also will come up very soon. Next 5 minutes you will see the third one also coming across.
Okay. Okay.
Right, and the fourth one also. If you leave like that, it will go up to 4 and then it will stop.
Okay. Okay.
Right.
So the load balancing will also happen during this time, or like it will only hit the first server and then.
No, there is no load balancer now.
So how it will come to know like
I'll
which
specify that. I'll specify that. See, if I
So-
teach everything in one go, you may not understand completely. The first concept is scaling. The second concept is balancer. Then you can use both. Then you will understand. If I teach both, total confusion will be there.
Okay, in this case, now the total load is on the second instance.
First one. You have created in the first instance, right?
Yeah,
So
we
the
created
second
first
instance is not really picking up the load.
No, so what I mean to say is, we have increased the load on the first instance, which has
Absolutely.
triggered the second instance.
Correct.
40%.
But the second one is not sharing.
Okay, so the load is still on first only.
Still on the first one only.
But
The second one is so how do you share the load?
Through
1,
load
2,
balancer.
3, 4 through the balancer. The balancer will take care. That I'm going to take care later, not now. But here the entire load is generated or it is being created only by the first instance. Till now, second one is created. It is there. It is isolated. It is triggered. Policy triggered. It created. That's all. Yes, Rubina.
So this usage is still under above 40%. It will just
first
keep
one.
creating another instance.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Yes, sir.
Now, Rubina, I can't hear. Can you repeat once again?
Can we define the instances for upcoming instances? Sorry, subnet for upcoming instances.
You already defined, right? 1A, 1B, 1C, 1D. Those are the subnets, availability zones.
Have all the instances in one subnet.
Not one subnet. You have to give multiple. So the criteria is 2 subnets should be there minimum. 2 subnets or 2 availability zones. Minimum 2.
Instance will be in a different subnet or something else.
Yeah. So whichever is available. So at the time of creation, when the policy creation, whichever is available, it will create in that availability zone.
Because we are defining subnet as a private and public, and if we don't want to share the
No.
resource.
Till now, I have not specified private or public. We have only specified only VPC single and then availability zones 1A, 1B, 1C in North Virginia, 1F.
Okay.
Right. Yeah, Raven, any question?
No.
Okay. So let me see whether my third instance also is triggered or not. It should be by this time, I think. If I see properly. Yeah, you can see the third one now. See? I can see this particular one, third one also coming across. If you leave like that, maybe the fourth one also will come. But the load is already halted now. There is no process running across. You see, idle is 100%. CP is not loaded. The 3 instances are created. You can see here 1, 2, and 3. Okay. Done, everyone?
Yes, sir.
So we are creating server like instance 1 and the load is it's matching to 40% and for 3 minutes.
Right.
And it's coming So it's creating a second instance. And on the other two instance as well, like it goes beyond one instance, it's again 40, and again it's reaches for 3 minutes, and for the second instance also it's 3 minutes. So on both it will create like 1 and 1, that will be
See,
4
that
total.
is when you have a load balancer. We don't have load balancer currently.
Okay. Mhm.
So all the load is being triggered from the first instance only.
First instance only. Okay.
First instance only. So the auto scaling, what it does, there is a policy. What is that policy? Based on the CPU load, you trigger the second one. That's all. It is triggering.
Okay.
But how will you share the load? Auto
Yeah,
scaling
that's
will
a
not
load
share the
balance.
load.
Yeah, load
Okay.
balancing.
Right. So for that, there is a different concept. We will learn about that.
Okay, sure.
So now you all understood, right? How to create. See, we are only trying to increase the what we call as the power of the system. So how will we increase the power of the system? By multiplying the system. These are called as a kind of replicas. Replicas, same thing. All the instances which has been created will have exactly the same configuration, homogeneous. Okay. So when we learn about load balancer, we will learn much things.
Sir, am I audible?
Yeah.
Sir, so we have a policy for 40% load, and then after 3 minutes we will launch another instance.
Correct.
Then after launching that instance, the policy will be remain same.
Same.
So
Same.
how it measure that thing, because the load will be above 40. We
See, 40 is the thing which we have designed. We have defined, right?
Yeah, because we have launched our first instance because
Mhm.
of that policy. And
See, see,
after
see, 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 don't get confused. Like this, if there is a second instance also created, first and second, what happens? When there is a load balancer, automatically this 80% or 40% will come down. Will come down. The second one also will take some share. But here it is not doing that part. Okay? Is this clear, everyone?
total 40% utilization for two instance, it will count total now.
Total. So naturally, see, if the work is shared by 4 people, or if the work is shared, if it's done by only one person, naturally the load will come down. So one only when the instance will be generated for the load when it is C. For we have created as 40, but in real time 40 is not the ideal way, so that we can see how it is working. So normally they keep about 80%. 80% is the target tracking policy. And load is not generated by us, like this particular one, that is generated by the end users. Is this clear? Okay. So now maybe if you want to know about how to basically modify the templates accordingly, also you can edit many things which are there. You see this one, desired capacity is now 3. If you want to increase, someone has asked me, right? So if I want to increase maximum by 4 to 40, yeah, I can do that. Even if I want to modify the template, yes, I can modify the template. Okay, so even the health, all these things, yes, you can do all these things. Cooldown also is there. Cooldown means, what is the meaning of cooldown? So if there is no load for a period of time, automatically it will shut down one of the system, right? So that is how you can define the cooldown. How much? Maybe 300 seconds. This is the cooldown. Okay, so you can define that particular part also. Whatever you have given up for scaling up, scale down is called as cool down. So that also you can define as 300 seconds, and then it will come down. And then say update, the new configuration will come into force.
So cooldown, it will still the instance will be there, but it will shut down, or like it will completely
Shut down, completely it will shut down. One instance will be shut down. So
Okay.
the newer instances will be there, the older instances will shut down.
Okay.
Right? Okay. So the older instances will be shut down. Newer instances will be there. So now, in order to, once you have completed your exercise, what you can do is that don't terminate the instances from this dashboard. Never terminate. Any auto scaling related things, don't terminate. then the health checks will go bad. So what you can do, if you do not want, just delete this auto scaling group here itself. So automatically this will launch the shutdown of all these servers. You see this one, all these things are running. Go to your auto scaling group and say delete. So it will start deleting. It will start deleting one by one. Say it will initiate, the status is deleting. Don't delete manually, again I tell you. So it will go for a shutdown, all the things will go for a shutdown, and then the instances will be already it has gone down. You can see this particular one, it has gone for shutdown. Normally we don't delete. I'm showing you how you can terminate.
Launching 1 or 2 more instances, can we change the configuration?
Sorry.
We have launched 1 instances and auto scale 2 more instances. Then we need to change the configuration.
If
So
you want to change the
can
configuration, go to LC and change the configuration. Not
we
from
do
auto scaling
because
group.
we have different kind of configurations then?
Yeah, in this particular one. Launch configuration. But already it is triggered by auto scaling group, right? So it will use the same thing in use. The newer things you will get it, but not for the older ones.
Maybe we have load balancer kind of configuration.
No, I didn't get you. It is breaking the voice.
We have launched instance.
Mm-hmm.
We have auto scale 2 instances, and then we need to change the configuration. We have changed the configuration from launch configuration.
It won't work. It won't work. So we are not supposed to modify like that. It won't work. The scaling will not happen. It is homogeneous. All the instances should be same, the criteria. You can either shut down, modify the launch configuration, and initiate the auto scaling group. Is this clear?
Shall we go ahead and delete this auto scaling group?
Yeah, please do that. I already deleted.
Load balancing.
Load balancing we will do. First let us complete this. Yeah, you can see all the instances got even terminated also, terminated. And the other one is shutting down. So if you are doing in a sandbox environment, you can just shut down, no problem. You can just close, but otherwise if you are doing in a free tier environment, just go for shutdown, the complete one. It should go. There should be no instance. Desired is 0, instance 1 is getting shut down. 1 is getting shut down. So the last one also will be terminated. Yes, it has gone down. It will go down. And also you can remove this LC, this one. So this one will be moved out from your box also. This one will be moved out from your box. There will be nothing. Afterwards, you can even delete your launch. I mean, what is that? Under actions, this delete this LC. Yeah. Yeah, there should be nothing in this board. So once this is done, you can even end lab. All the resources will be terminated. Yeah, done everyone?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, completed.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So maybe everyone, you can open your canvas. We will do one of the KC. I will go through, the load balancer tomorrow. Okay. So the reason is that, yes, it is a long exercise, and also we need to even do 2 exercises. One is load balancer, and also I'll be speaking about elastic file system tomorrow itself. Okay, go to your modules. I think we did this module 3. Module 3 knowledge check is done. Maybe we can do this module 5 knowledge check. Module 5 knowledge check. Just open that. So you must score 70% or higher to complete your AWS module 5 knowledge check. Their knowledge check has 10 questions. To continue, everyone ready? Please let me know whoever is not yet ready.
Yes, sir.
Shashank, ready?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Others?
Yeah.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay. 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 So let us start this KC of knowledge 5. Just a start. So this is the first question. Which use cases indicate that a non-relational database might be a better solution than relational database? Select 2. Non-relational database. Yeah. Horizontal scaling. I think you need to say select 2. Horizontal scaling for massive data volume. ACID compliance for all database transactions. Data with unpredictable attributes. Data with strong read and after write consistency. High availability and fault tolerance.
Strong
Yeah.
read and high availability, sir.
Huh?
Strong read rate
Read
after
rate high.
read after write.
No.
consistency and high
See.
availability.
Which use cases indicate that non-relational database might be a better solution? He is not asking about strong read or higher availability. Those things he never asked. He asked which one is non-relational, maybe better than solution.
I think horizontal scaling and asset compliance.
Sorry?
Horizontal scaling and asset compliance. No.
Okay, I take this horizontal scaling for a massive data volume. We spoke that big data and all these things uses this Dynamodb. Non-relational is nothing but Dynamodb. Relational is RDS. So that is one thing. Yeah, second one.
Data with unpredicted attributes.
Data with unpredictable attributes. I take that. I take that because we don't know what are all the various kind of attributes which you have. In RDS, we need to have the attributes. So A and C are the best solutions. So ACID compliance for all database transactions? No, it's not. Okay. So strong read and write consistency is only for what we call as one is for non-relational we do have, but that is not the use case for us. High availability, no. So just say submit and say this is correct. So A and C is correct. Yeah. Second one, which statement that compares database service that Amazon Web Services manage with the database on EC2? EC2 instance is true. Yes, please. You do not need to configure backups for a database. See, two methods. EC2, okay, database service on EC2, and of course with a a database on AWS, that is RDS, a database on EC2. Statement compares. You do not need to configure backups for a database on managed service, managed database service. AWS manages DB patches for database on managed database service. AWS manages OS patches for database on EC2 instance. You do not need to configure backups for a database on EC2 instance. Yeah. Which one can you rule out first?
First one.
I don't know if everyone understood the question very clearly or not. See, the database can be hosted in two methods. One is through RDS and the second one is on EC2. You can launch and then you can install your MariaDB or MySQL and then use across. So compare which one. Yeah, please let me know now. Which one you can rule out first. So RDS is completely managed by Amazon. Yeah.
Is answer. AWS managed DB patches for database on managed database.
Yeah, same for me.
So
Other
you
things are responsibility.
Because it's fully managed by AWS.
AWS will manage the EC OS patches.
Not OS.
That is on especially on EC2
DB patches.
instance.
DB patches.
Okay, DB patches for database on managed database. Yes, absolutely correct. So in managed database service, AWS manages everything. Everything, all the patches, everything, only AWS manages. I take that. Here it's not, and here you need not take configuration backup. No, we need to specify the configuration, but Amazon will take the backup. That is what which means. So say submit, it is correct. AWS patches. Okay, so 3. Which examples are good use cases, okay, for RDS? Amazon RDS. Yeah, select 3. Yes, please. Thousands of distributed content writes per second. An application that requires database to enforce syntax rules. An application that requires complex joins of data. A petabyte scale data warehousing. Runs MySQL server in Amazon AWS. Database for serverless architectures. So just rule out certain things. A, B, C, D, E, F. You have to rule out 3, you will get 3. Sometimes rule out is the solution.
Running on Microsoft SQL in server in Amazon Web.
So which one you want to eliminate first?
Database for serverless architecture.
Okay, database for serverless architectures, I remove that. Okay, what next?
Petabyte scale data warehouse.
Petabyte scale data warehouse, I am removing that. I don't require, because that is Redshift. He asked about database service. So this and this I am removing. So I am left with A, B, C and E. What next? So this I cannot rule out. Running a Microsoft SQL, that is completely RDS. So I am leaving this one. I cannot do this one. Among 3, which one you want to remove? Thousands of distributed concurrent writes per second.
First one is.
First one you can delete. It's not like that. Okay, first one I can delete. Let me see the other 2 whether it is correct or not. An application that requires database to enforce syntax rules, absolutely. An application that requires complex joins of data, absolutely. That is how relational database means. And Microsoft, this one. B, C and E. See, the very idea of doing knowledge check is for your exam preparation. If you know well how you are doing, you can easily go for the examination model. I'm telling you, just see that. Okay, so B, C and E are the right answers. Again 3. A small company is deciding, you can see this one, a small company is deciding which service to use. Which service to use for an enrollment system for their online training website. Okay, choices are MySQL on EC2, MySQL on RDS, and Amazon DynamoDB. Which combination of use cases suggest the Amazon RDS? Select 3. Again, I read enrollment. Okay, they want to do an enrollment system for their online training. Choice are MySQL on Amazon EC2, MySQL in RDS, and the third one is Amazon DynamoDB. Which combination you want to do? Select 3. So data and transactions must be encrypted to protect personal information. The data is highly structured. Student course and registration data are stored in many different tables. The enrollment system should be highly available. The company doesn't want to manage database patches. Select 3. You want to eliminate 2. Which one you want to eliminate first? I got one.
Enrollments company doesn't want to manage database patches. I don't know. No, this one is out, sir. Student course and registration data is stored in many different tables.
That is correct one only, right? That is correct one only. That is correct one only. So I mean to say student course and registration should always be in different tables. That I agree. That 100% I agree. So which one I can eliminate? Just a second. Yeah.
Data is a highly structured means it's not necessary we can use the Dynamodb. It's not necessary that the data should be very structured or not.
See, before that, eliminate this one. Enrollment system must be highly available. Did he define that? Did he define anywhere that it should be highly available?
No.
So eliminate that. If he mentions that it should be highly available, then we can think. And this is not related to any of this. Okay, this has been eliminated. Now.
And also the last one, the company doesn't want to manage database patches.
Company doesn't want to manage database patches. Okay, let me think. What else? Data and transactions must be encrypted to protect personal information. Did he mention that?
No.
No.
He didn't mention about that. Data is highly structured because I agree that. Why? Data is highly structured because it is, it is enrollment system. It can be. I can take this one. So now one is already, I have kept it aside. Now either of these two doesn't want to manage database patches. Data and transactions must be encrypted to protect personal information. So naturally, if anyone wants to ask this patches, they don't want to do that. They don't want to do. They go for RDS. That is what one big thing. So that yours is highly available.
Fifth one.
I can use this one. Let me see. Don't mark until unless I submit. Sometimes I may be wrong. Yeah, it is correct. Oh, again select 3. Which scenarios are good for Amazon DynamoDB? Select 3.
Serverless architecture.
It is serverless architecture. I do. Applications that require ACID, atomicity, consistency. We spoke about that. This one also straight answer A and B. And what else? Applications that combine from any tables. No, we don't have multiple tables, right? In this particular one.
Document database.
Graph database to trace relationship between entities. I don't think so. Document database for JSON based documents. DynamoDB is based on JSON only. JSON, absolutely. Yes. Binary large object storage. No, not this one. That is for your which is having your tables. RDS. Okay, for such type of blob storage is there. So I think A, B, and C, D, E. I think. Let me see. Yeah, A, B, and E. Now the 6th one. A small gaming company has designed an online game where thousands of players can create their own in-game objects. Okay, the current design uses a MySQL database in RDS. Amazon RDS, to store player-created objects. Which use cases suggest that DynamoDB must be a better solution? Select 2. So here he has RDS, okay, on using MySQL on RDS. But what use cases this DynamoDB will be a better solution? Select 2.
First one and third one is answer.
A set of common attributes for player created. See, objects have unpredictable attributes for player created objects. Large number of player created objects, each with different attributes. Okay.
Yeah, the unpredicted attributes.
This I can take.
Yeah.
Quick search and retrieval of players created objects. Search and retrieval of player created, no. High amount of read activity on player created objects. DynamoDB is not the solution for this particular one. Okay. So last number, this one is okay.
And second one, unpredicted attributes.
Unpredictable attributes. Yeah, this one also I can take for player created objects. Yeah. So that is why we many attributes if you are having, then DynamoDB is best. So you cannot modify the tables too frequently. Common attributes means you can always have a table, right? So let me see. Yeah, it is correct. B and C. The seventh one. Which technique should you use to secure Amazon RDS database? Select 3. Select 3. AWS IAM, we didn't go through policies to define access to table, row and column. We don't define anything access to table, rows and columns using IAM. IAM is only a security policy, whether you can enable or disable a user to access the RDS or not, up to that level, nothing more. So this is straight away ruled out. I'm giving you as a hint. So security groups to control the network access to individual instances, probably. An Amazon VPC gateway endpoint to prevent traffic from traversing to the internet. Not very much. Maybe, I don't know. A virtual private gateway to filter traffic from restricted networks. Because here he is not asking about that particular one. Okay, should you use secure? Okay, let us go through. A virtual private gateway to filter traffic from restricted networks. A VPC to provide instance isolation and firewall protection. Encryption to protect sensitive data. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So I can straight away say this encryption is perfectly okay.
Yes, sir.
Okay, F is straight away. So out of this 5, we need to get 2. So which one? Security. Do you accept this one?
Yeah.
Security groups to control network access to individual instances. We can define that security group.
EC2 we can control RDS.
Which one? Yeah.
For a second I was explaining from EC2
I agree. So B is okay, F is okay. What else? So first one is ruled out. So out of these 3, there is something 1 is correct. So yeah, I can tell you this is not the one. A VPC gateway endpoint to prevent no. So this is better actually to provide instance isolation. So you may not know now VPC, but you can understand that private cloud to provide instance isolation and firewall protection also you can do. Why? Is that a private network we use only to have complete isolation from the other networks and also more security. Please understand that. So these are straightforward answers. This one is straight answer. This one is straight answer. This one is only just a jugglery. Let me see. Yeah, it is correct. B, E, and F. Yeah, the next one, 8th one. Which techniques should you use to secure Amazon DynamoDB? Yeah. So here answers are 3. Security group to control network access to individual
instances. First one is ruled out.
Ruled out. We don't have any instances.
Serverless.
Yeah, this is serverless. We don't have instances. I agree. A VPC to provide instance isolation and firewall protection. Okay, let me take that. I do not want to confirm. So an Amazon VPC gateway endpoint to prevent traffic from traversing to the internet. Encryption to protect sensitive data. A virtual private gateway to filter traffic from restricted networks. IAM policy to define the access table item. No, this is ruled out. A and F, right? A, B, C, D, E, F. F is ruled out. So one more thing to be ruled out among these 2.
Third one, sir. Amazon
VPC endpoint to prevent traffic from traversing to the internet.
Yeah,
so A, E, F. Let me see. Yeah, incorrect. So it is mentioning that use security groups. A VGW used to not to filter traffic. Maybe you can say F and E. We did AEF, right? You can say ACF, right? Oh, yo. Try ACF. Is anyone getting correct? ACF, I think. Got? Anyone correct?
Options are jumbled.
Hmm?
I mean, options are not same as same
No,
order.
that's
Yeah.
what. Once I submit, we will not get.
No, the question also is different for us. Like you were.
It's not 8th question is not same. Now I'm in the 9th one. 8th question is not same. Okay, 9th one. A company wants to migrate. Is this the same question which everyone is getting? 9th one.
Yes.
Okay. A company wants to migrate. See, mine one is gone wrong. Okay. So a company wants to migrate their on-premises Oracle database to Amazon Aurora. So they have one database. In place of always, whenever you see that Aurora question, you can think MySQL. There is nothing. Okay, an on-premises Oracle database to Amazon Aurora. Which process describes your high-level steps? The first thing is that you need to go through this DMS service. That is first, must and should. Anything from on-site to off-site, you need to use this DMS. DMS stands for Data Migration Service. So you see this one, out of all the 4 questions, first one carries, second and third, fourth one doesn't carry. This one we can rule out. So use Amazon DMS to migrate from Oracle database to Amazon Aurora MySQL. No, not for that. We don't use for that DMS. DMS from on-site to off-site. For converting from Oracle database to Amazon Aurora, it is automatic. We don't require DMS. Yes or no?
Yes.
I mentioned that earlier. So to convert your MySQL or your PostgreSQL or Amazon Aurora will automatically does. We don't require to do anything. So the first one is ruled out, and we have answer in between B and C. Use database migration service to migrate the data and use AWS schema conversion tool to convert the schema. No, not that. Use AWS schema conversion tool to convert the schema. That's okay. And then use AWS data migration to migrate the data. This is clear. Data migration is mainly from on-site to off-site. Sorry, from off-site, your local to your cloud. So this should be the right answer. See, let me check. Yeah, it is correct. Schema conversion tool is required to convert your schemas. And the last one, you must perform a heterogeneous migration from your on-premises facility to database in a VPC. You will use AWS Snowball Edge heterogeneous from your on-premises. Okay, Snowball Edge and AWS migration tool. At which point you use schema conversion tool. At the start, to extract from the source database to a Snowball Edge, yes, we can use that. After extracting the data from the source database, no. But before shipping, no. After the data is there in the VPC, but before the AWS load to, no. So after using the AWS DMS to load the data into the target database, no. I think the answer is A only. At the start itself, you need to convert the schema and then upload it. That's all. Schema.
Oh, so it happens on-premise, like
Yeah.
whenever there is
On-premises
a
only, you
snowball.
have to first convert the schema and then transfer to the using Snowball Edge. If you take the data and push it over, then it will be difficult before
Okay.
shipping the device. It will not. Yeah.
Okay.
Right. So this is A. Okay. I think we got one wrong. Rest all things are correct. You can do unlimited times. Again, I tell you, you can do this particular one unlimited times. I hope everyone has done along with me. Just let me check the grades. Yeah. Yeah, today Naveen is not there. Otherwise, everyone is 90. That's okay. Right. So tomorrow, get ready with what we call as this auto scaling. Okay, not auto scaling. Today we have revised this auto scaling and one of the knowledge check. Tomorrow we should be doing this load balancer. Very important thing. Okay, if time permits, then we will also go through this what we call as where is this? We will also go through this EFS, elastic file system, elastic file system also. Okay, right. I just unshared the system. Yeah. So if there are any quick questions, you can ask me. Otherwise, we will move ahead and we will meet again tomorrow, same time. That's all from me for today. Thank you, everyone. Please revise and please do this lab multiple times. Very important labs for you. Thank you and bye.
Thanks. Good night, sir.
Yeah, good night, everyone. Bye.
Thank you. Thanks.